आज की जो ये टॉक है इसमें बाय डिजाइन वी हैव नॉट इंक्लूडेड एनी एक्सेल शीट कैलकुलेशंस एनी सच मैथमेटिक्स एक्सेट्रा. आपको अगर वो सब चाहिए तो उसके लिए यू कैन विजिट आवर यूट्यूब चैनल. हम ऑलरेडी पास्ट में on the same subject we have covered and we have included all the calculations and all the Excel sheets about the expected percentages, etc., etc., etc. Those are easily available on our YouTube channel. So today's talk is focused on uh, recommended actions, the advisory which an individual may choose to undertake if they wish to follow this advice. And that's the way this talk has been structured today. I'll be running through a presentation. आप लोगों को थोड़ा सा बोरियत करेंगे presentation दे करके. So the presentation should take around 20-25 minutes. And after that, if any audience has a question, you are most welcome to please go ahead and ask. If I am able to answer the question now, yes. Otherwise, I'll take the question back with me and revert to you. Meanwhile, I've shared links of two groups in the Talks chat box. One is the Value Talks Telegram group. If you are not a member of Telegram group or Value Talks, you're requested to please join there. It's an interactive group. You can share your concerns, questions, and we'll be more than happy to do that. I mean, to answer you. And another is an Olive Green's financial planning group, which is on WhatsApp. You can use that to be a part of that group as well. So I'll start with the presentation. Another thing which I would like to tell you is that this particular talk today has been structured to address the financial requirements of officers or individuals who are at least 43 years of age and above, and certain assumptions have been made. There could be individual differences, but we have made certain broad assumptions. Now, when you are seeking retirement at 43 or any age after that, that is coming out on PMR or after having served the nation for a full 32, 33 years for a full service, the first thing one needs to do is check the pending liabilities. Do you have a home purchase pending? Or if you had purchased a home, is there a home loan pending? Second is your children's education pending? Third, is there anything you think that you would be contributing to your children's marriage? And if yes, is there a pendency there? So a basic calculation of these three financial liabilities, along with how much time it is left for you to be able to discharge these liabilities. मतलब आज अगर आपकी एज मीडियम 50 ईयर्स है और आपके बच्चों की पढ़ाई हो चुकी है तो उनकी शादी कब होनी है? आज से 5 साल, 6 साल, 7 साल बाद. आपके ऊपर अभी एक 8 साल या 9 साल का अगर कोई होम लोन पेंडिंग है. So these are the broad financial liabilities which one needs to calculate prior to retirement or nearing retirement so that they can then plan the investment of the retirement corpus as well as how would they manage their finances post retirement. So this is the first idea basis which they should be starting their retirement plan. The second exercise which all individuals should do when they are planning, when they are proceeding on retirement is summary of monthly expenses. आप अपना बैठ करके महीने का खर्चा जोड़ें और मंथली एक्सपेंसेस को और थोड़ा ऐसा एक्सपेंड कर सकते हैं. इट इज नॉट जस्ट मंथली एक्सपेंसेस, मंथली, क्वार्टरली, 6 monthly and yearly expenses. There are certain expenses which we do on a quarterly basis, some on 6 monthly and some on yearly basis. Create a summary of the expenses which you are supposed to be doing, and that will give you an idea of the monthly financial working capital you need, और जिसको हम कह सकते हैं कि रेगुलर इनकम फ्लोज. उसके बाद में out of that monthly expenses, how much is your so this is the liability side. This much money is what you need. And then there is a asset side. One, how much pension are you getting, whether you have commuted the pension or not commuted, but how much pension you are getting. Second, income from existing investments. If you are 43 plus years of age, we have made an assumption कि आपने अभी तक कुछ ना कुछ निवेश किए होंगे जहां से आपको कुछ इनकम्स आ रही है. Whether those incomes are included in your monthly expenses or not is a different matter altogether. But we assume that some income is coming from those expenses. I mean those investments. Third, अब जो आप retirement corpus अपना invest करेंगे, उससे आपको कितनी इनकम जनरेट करने की, मंथ ऑन मंथ आप कितनी इनकम जनरेट करने की कोशिश करेंगे. सो दैट इज हाउ योर monthly expenses have to be met, and the three income side. So outgo monthly expense का अंदाजा लगाएंगे, और इनकम में पेंशन, इनकम फ्रॉम एग्जिस्टिंग इन्वेस्टमेंट्स, और जो भी आपको रिटायरमेंट कॉर्पस मिलेगा उसके सरप्लस से जो आप फर्दर इनकम जनरेट करेंगे. So that's the second step, cash flow needs. So third one is, if there is a pending, if you're now, let's do a age wise recommendation here. 55 plus years of age, you still have a pending liability. एंड यहाँ पर पेंडिंग लाइबिलिटी को बहुत सिंपल से समझ लेते हैं. If there is a home loan, there are three liabilities broadly which are needed to be covered, unless there is a special situation which maybe somebody has a special child which needs to be taken care of, etc. वो एक बिल्कुल अलग बात हो जाती है. But broadly speaking, if you have any kind of a property loan pending, या अगर आपको आपके बच्चे की पढ़ाई पेंडिंग है, या आपके बच्चे की शादी पेंडिंग है और आपको लगता है कि आपको उसमें कंट्रीब्यूट करना है, अगर ये तीन चीजें आपकी कोई पेंडिंग है, तो उनका एक अमाउंट कैलकुलेट करके, कि अगर बाई चांस बिफोर you are able to fulfill those liabilities, if something happens to you, then draw a term insurance at a near equivalence of that amount. और जिस दिन वो liability discharge होती है, आप 10 साल का टर्म इंश्योरेंस लीजिए, 4 साल बाद आपके बच्चे की पढ़ाई पूरी होगी, तो 4 साल बाद उसका ईयरली प्रीमियम देना बंद कर दीजिए. There is no need to further pay that term insurance. Now, if you are 55 years of age, focus should be on increasing your cash flow on monthly basis so that you have a comfortable life. Your focus now should move from wealth creation और एसेट को बढ़ाने की जगह कैश फ्लोज को अपनी तरफ लाने की कोशिश करेंगे. दूसरा, अगर आप पे ऑलरेडी कोई मॉर्गेजेस है, प्रॉपर्टी लोन्स पेंडिंग है, so now one has to figure out a way that those property loans should be completely paid off before your 65th birthday. Next, health related expenditure. Now with advancing age, if you're 55 and if your age is continuing to advance, God willing you have a very long life, but उसके साथ में जो एक major expense है life में, that would be towards your medical expenses, or towards the recurring medical expenses. अलग अलग टाइम पर शरीर के अलग अलग कलपुर्जों को बदलने की जरूरत पड़ेगी, और बार बार उनको हॉस्पिटल ले जाकर के ठीक कराने की, रेगुलर चेकअप्स की. So what we do with a lot of our clients is we help them, either we request them to take a health insurance, and this is in addition to ECHS. ECHS is a very good scheme, and ECHS is, we'll be covering a feature on ECHS, but still we recommend, again, not necessary that a client is should be taking, but we recommend. Some clients, instead of taking a health insurance, they also prefer to start a SIP for meeting their health related expenses in times to come. The idea here being कि मैं इंश्योरेंस की किस्त देने की बजाय उतने की SIP स्टार्ट कर लेता हूँ. मेरा ECHS तो है, इफ गॉड इज काइंड, इफ आई एम एबल टू टेक केयर ऑफ माई हेल्थ वेल, हो सकता है मुझे जरूरत ही ना पड़े उस SIP की, और in that case I am still accumulating some capital. A very balanced thought, and we help our clients do that. Second, by the time 55 plus, we have seen that people have worked hard, they have managed their life well. They have been, most of our clients are either officers of the Indian Armed Forces, or corporates, or PSUs, or bureaucrats, etc. So they have been fairly successful people in their life, and they have worked hard and been achievers in their life. So now it is time when they also start making some indulgences for themselves. They have been responsible human beings, taking care of their families. So we also, at this stage, at 55 plus, we kind of recommend our clients to start a splurge fund, wherein basically a SIP which withdrawn every 3 years, and you use that money purely for spending, for indulgence, etc. And moving on, बेसिक्स ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट. अभी इन्वेस्टमेंट क्या करना है, उससे पहले तीन चीजें बहुत ध्यान रखने की जरूरत है. सेफ्टी ऑफ प्रिंसिपल एट एनी एज शुड नॉट बी, और एनी, आई मीन, आप कभी भी कहीं भी कैसा भी इन्वेस्टमेंट कीजिए, सेफ्टी ऑफ प्रिंसिपल शुड नेवर बी in any kind of a risk. If you are doing that, then there is no point. Then you are not investing, you are speculating. There should be an adequate rate of risk-free return. बहुत ज्यादा रिस्क लेकर के रिटर्न लेने के बजाय आप एक नॉर्मल एवरेज 12-14-15% का रिटर्न लीजिए. इट कीप्स यू इन अ गुड प्लेस मेंटली ऑल्सो, एंड यू आर एबल टू ऑल्सो create some kind of a wealth with your investments, with the money you are putting up. use of leverage judiciously. This is only for PMR officers age less than 50. जो ऑफिसर्स 50 से कम हैं वो अगर चाहें तो लेवरेज का इस्तेमाल करें और उससे वो अपनी वेल्थ ग्रो कर सकते हैं बिकॉज दे स्टिल हैव लाइबिलिटीज टू मीट. नाउ कम्यूट और नॉट, दिस इज अनदर क्वेश्चन which has been asked. There are a lot of mathematics around it. एक वो पूरा Excel, if anyone wants, we'll share that Excel with the officers. We do that calculation regularly with our clients. Important बात, this is the recommendation which we have. If your age is less than 50, please do commute. There is no second question about it. You will get a handsome 45-50 lakh rupees. उस पैसे को कहीं पर कैपिटल अप्रिसिएशन के किसी अच्छे एसेट में लगाएंगे जिससे कि आपकी कोई लायबिलिटी जो होनी है वो आपको उसको भी आप पूरा कर पाएंगे. प्लस इफ यू लेस देन 50, वी ऑलरेडी मेक एन अजम्पशन है कि अभी आपको और 10-15 साल काम करना है, तो 15 साल आप अपने लिए अपने एम्प्लॉयमेंट से ही इनकम जनरेट करें इन एडिशन टू योर पेंशन. सो यू डोंट नीड अ फुल पेंशन. नाउ विद every 5 years of age, say if you're 50 to 55, then to commute or not to commute is subject to analysis. And we believe that we do not have a blanket कि नहीं कम्यूट करना ही चाहिए, कम्यूट कर लीजिए, इतना सभी रिटर्न आ गया तो आपका कम्यूटेशन का फायदा हो जाएगा, एटसेट्रा एटसेट्रा. दैट्स नॉट आवर बिलीफ. थर्ड, if you are 55 to 60 years of age, commute only if you are very confident of being able to invest it smartly. If you are 60 plus years of age, and this is a contrarian advice which a lot of our counterparts do not make, but we make this advice. Unless major liabilities are pending, there is absolutely no need to commute. Take a full pension, keep your regular life easy. That is equally important. आप पैसा जोड़ते जा रहे हैं 60 की उम्र में किसके लिए जोड़ रहे हैं, 75 की उम्र में किसके लिए जोड़ रहे हैं, अब आपको क्या बनाना है उससे. यू हैड सर्टेन लाइबिलिटीज टू फुलफिल, सर्टेन सोशल इकोनॉमिक लाइबिलिटीज व्हिच हैव डन. नाउ इफ यू आर 60 प्लस, व्हाट आर द इन्वेस्टमेंट एवेन्यूज और हाउ यू शुड बी मैनेजिंग योर रिटायरमेंट कॉर्पस. One, if there are still any known liabilities pending, please settle them in a way कि आप 65 तक उनसे पूरी तरह से मुक्त हो जाए. Even if this means using your retirement purpose for settling of those liabilities, because लोन अगर आपने एसेट के लिए लिया है तो ये भी तो आपका एक तरह का इन्वेस्टमेंट ही हो गया कि आपने लोन पे ऑफ कर दिया. सेकेंड, इफ यू आर 60 प्लस, 70% of your retirement corpus should go into debt instrument. 60 plus, 58 plus, one and the same thing. ये एक दो साल आगे पीछे you can adjust it as per your preference. या तो डेट इंस्ट्रूमेंट में डालिए या रेडी टू ऑक्यूपाई छोटी कमर्शियल प्रॉपर्टी में डालिए जहां से आपको रेगुलर कैश फ्लो आता रहे. कैश फ्लो इज इंपॉर्टेंट एट दिस एज. एंड आजकल कमर्शियल प्रॉपर्टीज के बहुत ऑप्शंस आ गए, आरईआईटीज है, फ्रैक्शनल ओनरशिप्स है, या आप डेट में डालिए, डेट से आपको एक रेगुलर इनकम का फ्लो बना रहेगा, ब्याज आता रहेगा, एंड दैट्स ओके. 30% ऑफ द रिटायरमेंट कॉर्पस इन इक्विटी, इट कैन बी इन इक्विटी बेस्ड म्यूचुअल फंड्स जहां से कि आपको थोड़ा सा ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम महंगाई से भी थोड़ा बहुत आप अपने आप को कुशन कर पाएंगे. अगेन, 2 SIPs which I had earlier mentioned to cater for your medical expenses if you're not taking a health insurance in addition to ECHS, and the second one is and zindagi na milegi dobara wali SIP. Have something to celebrate life. You have had a long happy life but you worked hard. 55 years, majorly the same recommendations except that जो डेट फंड की तरफ आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन था वो कम करके और इक्विटी बेस्ड म्यूचुअल फंड्स की तरफ जो आपका कंट्रीब्यूशन है उसे थोड़ा सा इंक्रीज कीजिए. सो व्हाइल इन 60 plus years of age bracket, we had recommended 70% for retirement corpus in debt funds or ready to occupy small commercial properties. If you're 55 plus, then 40% of retirement corpus in equity based mutual funds, and same 2 SIPs like that. This, if you are 50 to 55 plus years of age, then the funds which you are putting in the debt instruments or small commercial property can be 50% of the total retirement corpus. तो अगर आपको 80 लाख करोड़ रुपया मिला है, 40 लाख वहां लगा लीजिए और 40-50 लाख रुपए आपको इक्विटी बेस्ड म्यूचुअल फंड में लगाना चाहिए. अगर आपकी अभी भी अपने बच्चों की तरफ पेंडिंग है एंड यू हैव टू क्रिएट सर्टेन एसेट्स for meeting those liabilities, then you can start a small SIP focused on that. यहाँ पर हमने assumption ये किया if you are between 50 to 55 years of age, you would still be seeking another employment in the civil world, and you will be economically productive. You're going to draw a salary. So either you take a small property on loan, create an asset for meeting a particular liability of your child's education or marriage, or else you start a small SIP to meet that liability. 50% of the retirement corpus in equity mutual funds, यहाँ भी एक variation आप कर सकते हैं. If you're not an equity or a mutual fund kind of a person, then you can opt for a small real estate which will mature in next 10, 12 years, and then you can make a sale to have cash flows. The idea of this entire retirement planning corpus investment is that you slowly reach the stage that when you are in your senior in 65 plus, then you have adequate cash flows. आपको बहुत अच्छे से महीने में बिना किसी परेशानी के ठीक ठाक सा कैश फ्लो आता रहता है, अच्छी पेंशन आती है आपके इन्वेस्टमेंट से, आपको हर महीने एक एडिशनल पेंशन टाइप आपको मिलता रहता है. इफ यू आर 45 to 50 years of age, that's me and my course if they are seeking PMR, then also you should try and get your loan liabilities in a way. आप अभी भी लोन ले सकते हैं, 20 साल का कोई लोन ले सकते हैं, so that you can create an asset. But now your debt investment, ब्याज related जो investments आप करते हैं, corporate bonds या treasury bonds etc., that should be 30% of the retirement purpose you're getting. अगर आपको 1 करोड़ रुपया मिल रहा है, इसमें आप 30 लाख रखो, और इसी 30 लाख को या आप चाहें तो किसी छोटी कमर्शियल प्रॉपर्टी में भी लगा सकते हैं, वहां से आपको कैश फ्लो आता रहेगा. 70% of the retirement corpus should go towards equity based mutual funds, or in lieu maybe a equally good well researched real estate. If you still have pending liabilities towards children, and इस एज तक अभी होती है, आपके बच्चे इतने बड़े नहीं हुए कि उनकी पढ़ाई कंप्लीट हो चुकी हो, शादी हो चुकी हो, तो उनके लिए वन कैन हैव दैट एक ऑब्जेक्टिव बेस्ड गोल बेस्ड, थोड़ा सा फैशनेबल टर्म है वो, उस तरह का SIP या एक स्मॉल लोन बेस्ड प्रॉपर्टी यहाँ पे लेकर के वन कैन मीट दैट लाइबिलिटी ऑल्सो. दीज आर जनरल रिकमेंडेशंस. When you are doing your retirement corpus planning ka investment, when you are doing your financial planning at your retirement, please include your spouse in the entire financial process, in all your communications, in everything with your financial planner. Please take your spouse along. If you are doing a meeting or a conference call with your financial planner, please include your spouse. Reason is very simple, because now your spouse should know as to how the finances are planned. Second, and this is something which you have learned from experience, please don't include your children in your finances. And it has got nothing to do with Bagban syndrome. The very simple thing is that your children still are too young to understand the required maturity in handling a large amount of money. And their advice can actually be a distraction and may not be helpful. So that's an avoidable advice at this when you're doing your retirement corpus planning. So yes, love your kids, but you don't need to include them everywhere. अपने जितने भी आपके अभी तक के फाइनेंशियल डॉक्यूमेंट्स हैं और अब जो एक्वायर करेंगे उनकी फाइल बनाइए. रिड्यूस योर फाइनेंशियल कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी. वी हैव कम अक्रॉस एट टाइम्स अ लॉट ऑफ ऑफिसर्स, इतनी सारी इंश्योरेंसेज हो रखी हैं, इतने चार चार बैंक अकाउंट है. यार आप एक सैलरीड एम्प्लॉय है, आपको चार बैंक अकाउंट्स की क्या जरूरत होती है? So reduce your financial complexity. Use technology. Most of the smart financial planners, or I'll not say smart, most of the present age financial planners, they all have their clients' portfolios, their schemes, etc., on technology. There are softwares in place. You should use them. थोड़ा सा समय लगता है, but start using technology. और ये लास्ट वाला जो है, ये आपका जो फाइनेंशियल प्लानर, चाहे वो कोई भी हो, चाहे वो सेलिब्रेटेड पुराने बहुत सेलिब्रेटेड लोग हों, कोई भी हो, वो जो भी बोल रहे हैं कि जी मैं ऐसा करवा दूंगा आपको इतना फायदा हो जाएगा, प्लीज डिस्काउंट दैट बाय 50%, बिकॉज दे आर पीपल लाइक मी एंड आई नो what kind of people we financial planners are. We have to exaggerate things to entice the client to make certain decisions. So when you are consulting or counseling with a financial planner, please do discount their claims by at least 50%. These are recommendations for the 60 plus years of age. Include your spouse. पहले दो वाले तो हो चुके हैं. Consolidate your real estate. Now, if you are settling, let's say in Dehradun, There is no point having a property in Gurgaon now unless your kids are you want to use it. If that is not the case, if there is no usability, sell that piece of real estate. उससे आगे क्या करना है कि उसे देहरादून में और प्रॉपर्टी खरीदनी है नहीं खरीदनी है, उसको किसी और फंड में लगाना है, वो आगे की बात है. बट प्राइमरी डिसीजन इज इफ यू आर इन देहरादून, please do not spread your real estate beyond Dehradun. If you're in Chandigarh, please do not sell your real estate beyond Chandigarh. Howsoever attractive the present property might seem, howsoever attractive a new scheme might be made, for a very simple reason, real estate is a very resource intensive asset class. If you are not physically present, you are dependent on too many people in a non-technology mode for helping you manage your asset. And with advancing age, the biggest problem is mobility. If you're 60 plus years of age, please prepare your will, get it registered. ये बहुत बेसिक सा काम होता है, विल प्रिपेयर होना है. इसमें कुछ नहीं, आपका लिस्ट ऑफ एसेट्स बनता है, उनका किस तरह से डिवीजन होना चाहिए कायदे से. अगर इफ यू हैव वन और टू किड्स, वो उसका एनी गुड एडवोकेट विल डू इट फॉर यू. 10-12 हजार रुपये का खर्चा है, आपको शांति हो जाती है. रजिस्टर्ड विल की रजिस्ट्री मिला करके 15 हजार रुपये में सब हो जाता है. गुड एडवोकेट शुड बी एबल टू डू इट. ये 15 हजार रुपये बचाने की कोशिश ना करें. पीपल यू विल नीड financial planner, a property broker, a reasonably priced advocate, which once you are seeking PMR, you should take these people along. जहाँ आपकी प्रॉपर्टी वहाँ के लोकल ब्रोकर को पकड़िए, उससे बातचीत करते रहिए हर 6 महीने में, क्या हाल है भाई, मेरा घर देख रहे हो, ये वो. काइंड ऑफ पुट हिम ऑन अ रिटेनर. आप उसको हर साल अपना रेंट बदलवाते हैं, उसको कुछ 2-4-5 हजार रुपये दीजिए, लालच क्रिएट कीजिए उसमें, ताकि वो आपकी प्रॉपर्टी को संभाल सके. और फाइनेंशियल प्लानर और प्रॉपर्टी ब्रोकर स्वार्थी जीव होते हैं आपके हमारी तरह से. तो ये जो बोलते हैं उसको पूरी तरह से मानिए मत, बट इसका मतलब ये नहीं है दैट यू डोंट नीड दीज पीपल. एंड अ रीजनेबली प्राइस एडवोकेट टू हेल्प यू विद योर बेसिक पेपर वर्क. राम जेठमलानी की जरूरत नहीं है, बट यू नीड someone who can handle your basic paperwork. Necessary retirement expenses, and that is why I pushy on saying that you should be more focused on your cash flows with advancing age. One, have as many personal helping hands as you can. Have a driver, have a full-time maid, have a mali, have a this, have a that. Re-engage socially. Spend your money there. A service club like a Rotary or a Lions, be active in your RWA. Spend some money there. And buy as many labor-saving household devices as you can. वो robotic सफाई करने वाला and dishwashers and etc etc. I mean, curtains also, if they can be moved by some kind of a machine, should do that. Beds, if they can be lifted by some kind of a hydraulic machine, you should do that. So spend your money there. This is the last slide. Don't just focus on investing. Now you have had enough of it. If you're 55, 60, start focusing on using those investments. That is how the financial planning is taught. You are smart. All you need is good people, reasonable people who are reasonably competent and whose integrity are in place to help you with your work, not to tell you what to do. All financial decisions are right till the time the principal you are investing is safe with reference to your retirement corpus. कोई आपको बताने वाला नहीं है कि एफडी में लगाया तो खराब है, वो भी उतना ही अच्छा है. And your needs are best understood by you. No one can tell you why this is something you should not be doing or why this is something you should be doing. So your financial investment decisions should be completely based on what you want your life to be. ये मेरा इश्तिहार है जी. Why olive green? Why you should engage us? Because we work in extreme details. एक एक चीज को नोट करते हैं. Our normal document which we give to our clients who engage our services is a 40-50 page summary of whatever discussions happen, data collection, उसके basis पर जो हम देते हैं. We use technology in a big way. We have our own purchased, paid for softwares which we use to manage our clients' portfolios, to manage our clients' communications, to manage our clients' financial information and traffic. Our product offering is wider than anyone at least in the fraternity. बहुत सारे लोग हैं वो म्यूचुअल फंड बेचते हैं, वो रियल एस्टेट उनके पास नहीं होता है. जिनके पास रियल एस्टेट है, म्यूचुअल फंड नहीं होता है. सो एज अ रिजल्ट, इसकी वजह से आप कम्युनिकेशन का फर्क वहां देखिएगा. जो म्यूचुअल फंड वाला है वो रियल एस्टेट को गाली बकने लग जाएगा. जो रियल एस्टेट वाला है वो कहेगा म्यूचुअल फंड बेकार है. आर नैरेटिव इज सिंपल. Everything is an asset class. everything has pros and cons. Our job is to explain you कि किसमें क्या फायदा है और किसकी क्या ड्रॉबैक्स है, एंड देन यू डिसाइड व्हाट सूट्स यू. हो सकता है किसी को रियल एस्टेट पसंद हो, किसी को म्यूचुअल फंड पसंद हो, किसी को दोनों पसंद हो, किसी को कुछ भी ना पसंद हो. मैटर ऑफ पर्सनल चॉइस. We do not have a recommendation that this is better than that. We have a lot of expertise under one roof. We have our own retained chartered accountant who is an AGIF impaneled auditor. We have our own advocate on retained advocate, and obviously the mutual fund and real estate expertise is in house. There's a continuous handholding. As I said, we are completely equipped by technology to service our clients.
Gotta focus on yourself, on your faith, on your dreams, on your mind, on your health, yeah. You gotta work, never tell, keep your head down, find